That's good. No other council reports. We'll move on to second public comment. Anyone from the audience?
Cindy Kovalchuk. Got my address? I live in Rockford. I've been meaning to come to council for a while. I'm here because I'm disappointed in so much that I have seen lately in this council. The yelling, the disrespect for one another, the agendas. We see enough of this in our political or in our national politics. It is now coming to our city, and I'm sick of it. You say, oh, there's nobody here that listens to council. Look on Facebook. You don't have to be sitting in these chambers to be watching what council is doing. You don't have to be in these chambers to see what council is doing in the street, on Facebook, you name it. I have lived in Rocky Ford for 25 and a half years. This is the first time that I really don't feel safe in my community. Take that with a grain of salt. Take that with how you want it. I come in here today because of a proclamation. God forbid we make sure that people feel safe in our community. You want to discriminate against the LGBTQ? You're looking at me right now. Go ahead and discriminate me. Go ahead. I'm sick of the politics that has come to this chamber, and it's got to stop. You are not doing anything for the people of this community. You bicker about the stupidest things. Proclamations, pedophiles, fees. How many times are you going to talk about fees? Get over it. Make a decision, move on for the best of this community. I don't know what else to say. I hear, oh, well, if you can make it better, then maybe you should sit on council. Oh, that's not an answer. That is just projecting what you probably don't even want to do yourselves. If you want to sit on this council, then do something for the people of this community, not for yourselves. I don't even know where to start anymore with this council. 25 and a half years I've been here, and I'm so disappointed.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy.
Rocky Sanders, also a citizen of Rocky Ford. I have been here for 64 years. Rocky Ford has at times felt very safe and at times not felt very safe. I am the one that asked Dwayne to present the proclamation. I have had many opportunities from clients looking to relocate to Rocky Ford that are LGBTQ that have chosen not to. Again, as Cindy iterated, it is because of things that are seen on Facebook. It is because of things that are said on the street and handled in this council that they have chosen not to locate to Rocky Ford. And this is not just recent. It has been over the last several years. I felt that it was time that not only do we recognize what has happened to the LGBT community across the United States for the last several years, but more recent. 1969, there was a riot at Stonewall Inn because people were not allowed to even dance with the same sex behind closed doors, and they were arrested. They were rioting that same and other bars for many years and several nights in a row. People got fed up with that. Pride itself started not because of the riot, but to recognize that people lost their lives during that riot for rights to live as they deserve to live. We're not telling anyone to live differently. We're not asking anyone to live differently, but we're asking to be recognized, just like every other marginalized citizen in this community deserve the same rights. Whether we're religious or not, we deserve those rights. If we continue the efforts of that this council and others before it have made to make Rocky Ford a great place to live, will go to the wayside, and we will see Rocky Ford citizens leave, Rocky Ford businesses leave. We don't want that. You have done a great job to change things in this community. Let's keep it going, and let's recognize that everyone in this community is important. And again, thank you for bringing this to council for me, Dwayne. I do appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rocky.
Any others in chambers? Flip to Zoom.
So, thanks for your responses. It's good to hear about the proclamation. So I just wanted to bring it to the record before I respond to the sodomites. So, Robert Barron, Thomas Mullins, Nicole Roberts, Dwayne Gruley, and Michelle Grasmick, I feel that you should be removed from your seats for violating my constitutional rights, freedom of religion. If you want to have a proclamation
Really quick,
in
Mr.
regards,
Mr. Budnick,
I'm
for the record.
speaking, sir. I'm
Real quick,
speaking.
you'll
I'm speaking.
You'll have your time.
Then,
Real quick, for the
go
record.
ahead, Mayor. Go ahead.
We don't have this on the record. Can you state your address?
I don't have to. I don't have to because fear of intimidation. You've made several attempts to intimidate me, threaten me, harass me.
Just want to clarify that you're a citizen of Rocky Ford, or if not, all community
You
members
have.
are welcome. But
You've
just
made
want
that
to
attempt.
just
You've
wanna
made that clear.
clarify
You've made that clear on your website.
it's good to see you look me in the eye.
Why wouldn't I?
Okay,
We don't
so
usually.
just wanted to
Because I don't
just
like
wanted
to
to
talk to
clarify.
I don't talk to people that support sodomy and communism and all of the terrible things that you've done.
You're
Look at
being
your
a,
town.
I'm sorry, but
I'm
you're being
speaking,
very
I'm
disgusting
speaking.
towards people
I have
right
the
now.
freedom of speech.
It's-
I have the freedom of
He has freedom of
speech
speech.
all day long. So if you don't like what I'm saying, that's too bad. I'm not being vulgar. I'm not using profanity. I'm not raising my
2 minutes
voice.
back to you, Mr. Budnick.
Do you yield back my time?
2 minutes back to you.
Okay. So yeah, I'm not in support of your proclamation or your sodomite, whatever you. I'm a Christian.
So am I.
Well, then how can you support sodomy? You're not a Christian.
Absolutely,
You're
I
a
am a Christian.
blasphemist. You're a blasphemist.
Roberts.
That's what you are. In the church, you would be a blasphemous. And any of you that go to church around here and you support that, you're a blasphemous too. You're a fake Christian. You're not real. You don't support Christ. You're a liar to the foundational principles of
What was
the
that
whole
word that was
religion.
about to come out of your mouth?
What's that?
I'm pretty sure
Nicole.
you were about to curse
Nicole.
at us.
I can. It's the freedom of speech. Vulgar and profanity language is covered under the First Amendment. So is my religious rights. And the city taking a proclamation or any kind thereof in accordance to something that goes against my rights recognizing that town. So now as a constituent and as a person that lives in Rocky Ford,
Don't worry,
because
you
I
don't-
live
you
in,
don't live
if
in the
you
city
keep
limits of
interrupting me,
What is
sir,
your
I'm-
address? I
Why
would like
does
to
that
know what your
matter?
It's
address
okay to
is.
keep trying to start this
yield
fight.
back my time then.
Why don't you
I'll
guys
give it. We can
let
give it back to you, but I would like
You're
to know
not
your
going to
address
like what I have
as
to
well.
say, believe
Why don't
me.
you guys give him his 3 minutes and
You
let this
won't
move
like what I
on?
have to
Stop
say.
pushing buttons, both of y'all.
I would like to know his address.
Well,
I would
then I
like
know
to know
why.
that
We
he's a
censor
resident
both.
of
You
Rocky
already,
Ford.
all of you, I've already seen all of you drive past my house a million times. I got 50 fucking cameras all
I
over
don't
my
even
house.
know where you live.
I've seen him,
That's why I'm
him, all of you.
I'm asking your
We all
address.
know where he lives.
I would like to know if you are a resident of Rocky Ford.
I am.
He is not.
Yeah.
So
And I was
let him
born
speak.
and raised in Cicero, Illinois.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What is your local address?
It
Nicole,
doesn't matter.
Nicole,
Why?
he does not live in the city limits. Let him continue.
Do you think you're going to intimidate or some of
I'm
these
not
people?
trying
What,
to intimidate
his
you, but I
little
would like
cartel
to.
buddies are going to intimidate me? You don't think I speak Espanol?
1 minute.
What does that have to
1
do
minute.
with anything?
Because you're violating my rights, and I'm
And
upset.
you're
I'm
trying
a
to violate
constituent,
his rights.
and I have the right to publicly speak, and you're contempting with me right now, right? So here it is. I have the right to speak. I think that what Rocky Ford is doing is wrong. Look at your town. Look at the way it's being run. The former mayor back there left a surplus of money. He spent it in 2 years on God knows what. You have no. Your mayor, your budget isn't passed. He's running for
30
another
seconds.
seat. No, I think I got another 2 minutes. That right there. I've been watching the time. So if you don't like what I have to say, that's fine. You know why? Because I'm hitting the target. That's why. Because I'm calling your communist ass out. Just laugh. It's funny. I seen you wear the red rose. I seen you on. I've looked you up. You're a registered Democratic Socialist. So that's what you support. That's what Thomas Mullen supports. That's what Mosby supports. That Nicole Roberts.
Do not put
Michelle
me in a
Grassman.
category.
You're a fake Christian. Stop
I
going
am
to
not.
church.
Do
You're
not
a blasphemous.
do not
All of
categorize
ya.
me.
All of you. Fake.
Thank you.
Do not categorize me. That mayor last
Nicole,
there. No,
Nicole,
I have the
Nicole,
right to have a public
Nicole,
comment as well.
Nicole.
I have the right to say public comment as well. And I would like to make a public comment. Anyone that thinks that that mayor left us a surplus of money doesn't realize that she was illegally moving money from the enterprise account to the general fund to make the budget whole with the past city manager. I don't need to take accountability for my actions. She should take accountability for her actions and the position that she left our city in. They were illegally moving money from the enterprise funds for years to make the general fund whole. Tell me I'm a liar, Susan. Tell me I'm a liar.
You're out of order.
And for you to come up here and categorize me and say that I am anything, I am not a Democratic. I am not a Republican. I will not be categorized as any of them. And I am a Christian, and I believe in Christianity, and I will stand up for the rights of every citizen in this town of Rocky Ford. You have the right to be Christian. You have a right to be LGBTQ. You have a right to be LGBTQ, and you all have the right to make all the choices that you choose. They all have the right, just like you do. Everyone has the right to make their own choices.
Councilwoman Roberts.
That's nice that it's not a religion. You have your choices, they have their
Get
choices.
yourself together, lady. Come on, this is ridiculous.
I'm not out of my 3 minutes.
This is ridiculous.
The next upcoming council meetings will be a work session
I have
on
a
June
comment, Mr.
2nd
Mayor,
and
as a
council
citizen.
meeting on June 9th.
I think you should speak.
I think
Robert.
Robert should have an opportunity to speak, just
Robert?
like I did.
First of all, I'd like to go back on the grant. I forgot to put, but the official webpage for the grant is rfgranttheater.com. You can find it on Facebook. Now, as a citizen, this is a total disgrace. I mean, total disgrace to the community, to every citizen of Rocky Ford. The actions, not just on council, but from audience. With that said, I stand behind my vote for the proclamation. Every citizen of the United States has rights. I don't care what sex, religion, where you come from, what diversity. You're born in the United States, you have rights that are given to you from being born in the United States. If you're a naturalized citizen, you become a citizen the right legal way. I didn't speak when you spoke, please. I totally stand behind my vote on that. And I mean, as a former resident of the state of Illinois, I'm gonna say this. I'm sorry, but when you said you're from Cicero, that speaks for itself.
Any other comments, Councilman Mullins?
Yeah, thank you. I'll make it quick here. I know this was sort of a something that people are very passionate about for various reasons. And I think it's important as a council, as a community, that we recognize our differences, but try to respect each other and try not to devolve into these sorts of personal attacks and arguments here. I know these are entirely these are opinions that can't really cohabitate well with each other. But that doesn't mean we aren't still neighbors and that we're not still part of this same community. And if we nitpick each other down with every single thing that we disagree on, every single person is going to be an enemy with every other single person in the city. So I really think that everybody needs to take a step back and understand that people have strong feelings on these things. And I do stand behind my vote. I appreciate the difficulties that the LGBT plus community has experienced. I'm one of the older millennials, so I did see some of that growing up, and fortunately I didn't have to see very much of it. But yeah, I think it's okay to say that these people are part of our community and that we appreciate what they've done for civil rights in the community.
Thank you. I'll just make a comment while while we're on that. It's we've seen over the last 2 years, I'd say a lot of disagreement, a lot of distraction. I think with that, it is people, possibly people in leadership, afraid of accountability and afraid of doing what's right, while also, I think, trying to cover up decisions, instead of taking accountability and, allowing a new council or, new leadership as it grows, a new community as the community changes, to do what's right for the community at that time. And, with all of that, keep it moving forward. I know that's kind of, been used, but that's really what it is. We're trying to move forward. We're trying to make the best decisions possible with the information we have, with the resources we have. But also, times are different. And I think what we've seen a lot of is, people either wanting a lot of the same or people, I guess, afraid of change and afraid of what recognizing, another person or recognizing mistakes that were made or, looking at the possibility of, us doing something differently, what that can, how that'll disrupt their, comfortability. And, I think people are, they want to stay comfortable and they're going to fight, as much as they can to keep things the way they are. But, with that, I didn't come into this position to keep things the way that they are. If I was satisfied with the way that things were, I would still be sitting back as a citizen, allowing the decisions to be made. But I wasn't satisfied with the way that they were being done. So I did take that stand. I've always been willing to take that stand. And, now with this, we come to different points where, if it's either making a really hard decision that's going to ruffle some feathers, if we're going to do something like we did today and, taking a stance of, respecting a community, I'm always gonna take that stance. I'm always gonna have the courage to do that, because I think what we've seen tonight, our councilman, that is real, and that's been real for hundreds of years, and that's still real in neighboring cities and towns here in Colorado, and when you go to some other parts of the country, there are a lot of people who are afraid to be themselves, and I am very, very proud to be able to present that proclamation and take that stance for an entire community, because they deserve it. Budnick.
You interrupted me, sir. I'm interrupting.
Budnick.
They can't have children.
Budnick. Stop, please. So, again, I thank you all. I thank you all for, for what you do. The diversity it's what we need. Of course, we don't want everyone thinking the same way. However, with all of that experience and those different values and, I guess where you get your information from and how you make your decisions, we need all of that, but ultimately we still need to move in the same direction. That's what the majority is, on council, whether, it's a unanimous decision or not. We bring all of those, we take the time to make a decision, and then, from that we move forward. So yeah, we've heard, some interesting comments tonight. We've heard some really, I think some things that, kind of hit and hurt on, what we're doing and how we're doing it. And I really wish that could be different. I wish it could change. We can't take back anything that has happened over the last, in the past. But I think we could do a much better job of the business that we're here to do. And, whether we like it or not, we are going to be held to the highest standards. And we gotta keep that in the back of our mind and remember that. So, we're 69 minutes into the meeting. I think it's relatively short. Thank you all, and that's all I have. No other business. Call meeting adjourned.